Nasdaq followers, and welcome to another episode of Trade Talks. I'm your host, Lyanne Alfaro, and today we are talking here about e-commerce trends to look into for 2020. Joining me right now on set to talk a little bit more about it is Ann-Marie Alcántara, who is retail reporter over at Adweek. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So let's kick it right off. What are some of the trends that we've seen this year, and what will we be expecting in 2020?
I think a really big one will be, we saw this year, was privacy. You know, consumers are more concerned about it, and with CCPA rolling out in California next year, I think it'll be top of mind on brands, and consumers will start to realize how much data they're giving away to brands. And of course, the rise of mobile continues. It's another big trend we're seeing in this holiday season, and I think people will just get more and more comfortable with shopping online.
Absolutely. Now we're seeing also a multi-platform experience, right? Going from online to offline. So what is this like for consumers? What are some of the new and emerging tactics that brands are using?
Definitely can't say, like, I just have to say TikTok. You know, brands are coming on that platform and using it to make fun videos and connect with people in a way that, you know, lets them be part of the brand in a totally new and different way. But I feel like that's still emerging. Another one is definitely Instagram. Brands are using stories to tell a whole journey about how you can use a product, how normal, quote unquote, people use a bag or whatever it is. And it's like social is really where people are really trying out new things and connecting with the consumer, not just on their websites, but also on social, where they're scrolling, clicking on their friends' photos, and also seeing brands.
Yeah, finding consumers where they are. I mean, around Black Friday, Cyber Monday, this is what I was doing. I was on Instagram, and what appears, Miss Soma earrings, something that I was looking at on another website. Very good tactic. Are there any brands in particular that are doing this very well in a very integrated way?
I think a classic example, of course, is Glossier. They have grown so much, and they have offline retail shops now, and their Instagram is just very pure and relatable, and you know, you can see how the product is used on people's faces. Other brands in this space, I think, are really those that are, you know, in wellness, where it's a little harder to describe their products, whether it's a vitamin supplement or Recess, a CBD like fizzy drink. You know, they are trying to kind of evoke this feeling of calm, cool, collected that is really hard to capture on something like Instagram, but they're doing a pretty good job about it.
Absolutely. And now another term that we're hearing more often is headless commerce. So can you describe to us, what is that?
At its core, it's basically using one platform for your e-commerce experience and another one for your content experience, and then bringing the two together through APIs. So instead of, you know, having your entire journey for checkout and your content on one single platform, you can plug and play different services, and it just makes you, you know, use the best of the best, whether it's for checkout or fulfillment, whatever it is. The best products for that, you know, just day in, day out, that's all the company focuses on, and, you know, making it easier on your own tech stack to just let the third-party provider take the ride.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we were also looking at a report coming out from Big Commerce saying that there's more and more brands and companies leaning into your wearables, your personal assistants to kind of deliver that commerce to you. I don't know if you listen to Robinhood Snacks, but they talked about how, you know, like you can actually ask Alexa to order things for you now. So what is that experience like for the consumers?
I honestly think it's still very new. It's very experimental. I think what products like the Alexa or even the Google Home Mini are trying to do is build that up for consumers, where they get to ask simple things like, oh, add popcorn to my cart, you know, something very low key that you would eat anyways, versus like add a TV to my cart. And they're just trying to make it a little seamless and a little more comfortable, and also with all the privacy talk, less scary that you're talking to a robot, or Alexa, however you think of her, and Google Home, and however you think of that robot, or quote unquote robot. So yeah, I think that's how they're kind of using it, and trying to make it easy for the consumer.
Yeah, and you think consumers are leaning into it? Like we'll see more of that in the coming year?
I think there's a lot of smartphone speakers in the market, at least for voice assistants. I think smartwatches, I see them everywhere now, and people are really using them and leaning into them. And particularly with the Apple Watch, people are using Siri to talk to it, which is like, I thought that was really lame when it first came out, but people are really into it.
Yeah.
But I think it's still very nascent and people are scared to really go deep into it because it's also new, and what if you screw something up or you order 30 pounds of popcorn instead of 1 pound.
Right, oh my goodness. But boy, can I imagine it must be useful if you like are sick and you're on your deathbed and you're like, Siri, please order me some Kleenex right now.
That's where they want to get to, and
Exactly.
we'll see when we get to that point.
Perfect. Well, Ann-Marie, thank you so much for sharing some of these trends with us. Really appreciate your time, and we'll see what's more to come in 2020 and definitely through your reporting at Adweek.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks. Nasdaq followers, please stay tuned right here on Trade Talks for more coming to you live right here today from the Nasdaq market site. Until then, we are signing off.